There are seasons made for staying and for being inside the warmth of what you've built around you. And I have learned to recognize the staying seasons and let them do the work they've always found you. Not every season asks for the expanding. Some seasons ask for the gathering and the holding of what you have inside the current circle before the next one asks you for unfolding. Stay season is the gift of the unhurried. Stay season is the permission to be still. The ones who honor the staying when it's staying are living with a more considered will. I used to fight the staying with the going, as if the stillness meant that I was losing. But stillness is its own kind of momentum, and staying is its own deliberate choosing. Stay season is the gift of the unhurried. Stay season is the permission to be still. I welcome the stay seasons when they find me, and let them do their particular fill. Of all the gathering and the quiet holding that makes the going seasons worth the going, and find the stay is where the roots grow deeper, and deeper roots make for the better showing. Doesn't always arrive with announcement. Sometimes it settles like the light in winter, coming through the glass without the asking, and warming what it touches like a splinter of something good that works its way inside you before you've noticed that the working started. And by the time you feel the warmth completely, you've been loved longer than you'd have charted. Quiet proof is how the real love shows itself. Quiet proof arrives before the knowing. The ones who love you in the unremarked ways are the ones whose love keeps going and keeps going. I found the proof in all the small and daily, the cup, the window, and the measure attention to the ordinary details that make the ordinary worth the living. Quiet proof is how the real love shows itself. Quiet proof arrives before the knowing. I carry all the quiet proof inside me and find it more than enough for the showing of what it means to have been loved completely in all the small and unannounced and true, and find the quiet proof more than the declaration, and more than any grand thing I once knew. There's a gold that comes with age on things, not the bright gold of the new and the beginning, but the particular warmth of the long-owned, the gold that comes from years of the continuing. You had it in the way you held your stories, the warmth of the well-worn and the familiar, and I would sit inside the old gold telling and find the old gold more than the peculiar bright gold of the new, which fades too quickly into the ordinary after first encounter. Old gold stays and deepens with the handling and grows more valuable as the years mount there. I've grown some old gold of my own now, in the stories and the objects and the knowing, and find the old gold richer than the new gold, and worth considerably more in the showing. I've grown some old gold of my own now, in the stories and the objects and the knowing, the warmth of the well-worn is its own treasure, and more than the new gold in the glowing. Of all the things a life accumulates, the old gold is the one worth the most keeping. The particular warmth of the long continued is what I want surrounding me in sleeping. is not a word I used to trust. It sounded like the settling and the lesser, and I had been the more and further always, the one who found the enough a disappointing dresser of wounds that needed more than just the enough, and life that needed more than just the given. And I pushed past the enough in every season into the more that I believed was hidden. But enough is not the settling I've learned. Enough is the arriving at the actual. The ones who live inside the enough truly are living in the most effectual. Life can give, which is considerable always, when you stop the measuring against the more and take the actual measure of the given and find it fuller than you'd found before. But enough is not the settling I've learned. Enough is the arriving at the actual. I live in enough now and find it generous beyond what all my more had been contractual to give me in the endless asking further, and find the enough holds everything I need and more than I had thought the enough could carry, which is the whole surprise of the agreed. I found a resting place inside the loving, not a permanent stop, but a belonging. The kind of place you didn't know you'd needed until you felt the ease of the not longing for somewhere else while you were in the somewhere. The particular relief of the arrived, and I had been so long in the arriving that arriving felt like more than I'd contrived. Resting place is not the giving up of moving. Resting place is where you catch your breath between the going and the going further, the pause that makes the further less like death. I rested in you for the years we had it, and moved again when moving was required, and found the resting had restored enough everything the moving had desired. Resting place is not the giving up of moving. Resting place is where you catch your breath. I look for resting places in the living and find them in the people and beneath the ordinary roof of the particular Tuesday and its coffee and its ease, and find the resting places in the chosen moment of the being where you please. I found my light eventually, which took considerably longer than the finding of other things I'd looked for and located with the easier and the less winding path of the straightforward and the obvious. But light is never where you think to look. It's never in the place you've prepared the looking, and never in the chapter of the book you've opened to the page you thought contained it. Found light is always in the unexpected, the corner and the ordinary morning, and all the places you had not directed. You're looking toward because they seemed unlikely, for the thing that you had been so seeking. And I found mine in what I'd overlooked in all the years of the more significant seeking. Found light is always in the unexpected, the corner and the ordinary morning. I look in all the overlooked now always, and find the light there without any warning, coming on inside the unremarkable that I had passed 100 times before, and find the found light in the long unlooked at is more than what I'd been looking for. Lived in half-light for a season, not the dark and not the full illuminated, but the in-between of the partially revealed that left the rest to be anticipated. anticipated, and something in the half-light suited us, the not yet fully shown and not yet hidden. And we moved through the half-light of each other into rooms that were neither shown nor forbidden. Half-light is where the mystery survives. Half-light is where the wonder keeps its living. The full light shows everything at once, and the half-light keeps the something for the giving. I've loved the half-light and its particular quality of the not yet and the almost, and found that what the half-light kept in shadow was not the withheld but the generous host of something worth the gradual revealing. The person behind the shown, and all the half-light seasons of the knowing were how I came to love what I have known. Half-light is where the mystery survives. Half-light is where the wonder keeps its living. I live in half-light still, and find it fuller than the full light, and its total giving. My best days don't look like the best days should, according to the version I'd imagined. They're quieter and smaller and more ordinary than anything the earlier self had rationed out as the best day in its hopeful planning. A Tuesday with the light a certain way, or coffee that was better than expected, or an hour that stretched beyond its given say. Best days are the ones that aren't performing. Best days are the ones that just arrive, without the pressure of the best day asking, and find you simply glad to be alive. I've had my share of the performed occasions that asked to be the best and tried too hard, and found them less than all the unremarked Tuesdays that asked for nothing and yet raised the bar. Best days days are the ones that aren't performing. Best days are the ones that just arrive. I count my best days now in the ordinary, and find I have more best days and more live inside the Tuesday, and it's unremarkable than in all the marked occasions I had planned, and find the best days are the ones I'm present for, without the best day close at hand. I'm playing the long game now, which suits me better than the short game ever managed. The long game asks for patience and for trusting the process, even when the process is damaged. Looking at the short game of the moment, you play the long game for the shape of things, not the single day, but the accumulation of all the days and what the adding brings. Long game is the love worth playing for. Long game is the life worth building toward. The ones who play the long game past the easy are the ones who find the long game its own reward. I used to want the quick return on everything, the immediate and the confirmatory, and learn through all the quick returns that didn't, that the long game has the better story. Long game is the love worth playing for. Long game is the life worth building toward. I play the long game now in everything worth playing, and find the long game gives the full accord of what a life can be when you commit to the building of the thing across the years, and find the long game more than compensating for all the short game's quick returns and fears. There's a grace that comes in morning, before asking. When the day has not yet put its hand out, and everything is still the possible before the actual has sorted out. What will be required and what won't be given, and I have learned to live inside that grace. Before the morning hardens into schedule, and find the grace inside the opening space. Morning grace is not the sentimental. Morning grace is practical and real. The undemanded hour before the asking is where you find the self below the deal. Of all the daily commerce of the living that asks for you before you found yourself, and I have made a practice of the morning before the day has taken from the shelf. Of what I have to give and started giving, morning grace is where I find what's mine, and go into the asking of the daily with something still my own beneath the line. Morning grace is not the sentimental. Morning grace is practical and real. I keep the morning for the grace of finding what I am before the day's next deal. We found more common ground than I expected between two people starting from such different positions on the things that seem to matter. And I had thought the different more significant, then it turned out to be inside the living of the actual life and not the theory. And common ground appeared in the most basic of what two people need to make things clearly. Common ground is under all the different. Common ground is where the roots connect. The ones who dig past what divides to find it are the ones whose loving has the most effect. We argued about the things that weren't the bedrock, and agreed about the things that actually were. And and found the common ground was where we lived, while the differences were just the furniture. Common ground is under all the different. Common ground is where the roots connect. I look for common ground in everyone now, before the different gets the full effect of seeming more than what it is in living, and find the common ground more often than the different would suggest is possible, which gives me more than faith in the human plan. What lasts is never what you think will last. The things you build with care to be the lasting are often the first things to go when going, and what you thought was temporary's outlasting. Everything you plan to be the permanent, which is the great reversal of the building that plans for permanence and gets the passing, while the passing turns to permanent in gilding. What lasts is in the unintentional. What lasts is in the unremarked and simple. The laugh remembered and the particular warmth of someone's hand, and all its small examples of what the lasting is made of in the living. Not the monument and not the set, but the unremarked and ordinary given that outlasts every structure and instead becomes the actual legacy of loving. The what lasts when everything has gone. And I have found the what lasts in the simple, and build my lasting now from that alone. What lasts is in the unintentional. What lasts is in the unremarked and simple. I put my effort into the unremarked and trust the lasting to its own example. are seasons made for staying and for being inside the warmth of what you've built around you. And I have learned to recognize the staying seasons and let them do the work they've always found you. Not every season asks for the expanding. Some seasons ask for the gathering and the holding of what you have inside the current circle before the next one asks you for unfolding. Stay season is the gift of the unhurried. Stay season is the permission to be still. The ones who honor the staying when it's staying are living with a more considered will. I used to fight the staying with the going, as if the stillness meant that I was losing. But stillness is its own kind of momentum, and staying is its own deliberate choosing. Stay season is the gift of the unhurried. Stay season is the permission to be still. I welcome the stay seasons when they find me, and let them do their particular fill. Of all the gathering and the quiet holding that makes the going seasons worth the going, and find the stay is where the roots grow deeper, and deeper roots make for the better showing. Doesn't always arrive with announcement. Sometimes it settles like the light in winter, coming through the glass without the asking, and warming what it touches like a splinter of something good that works its way inside you before you've noticed that the working started. And by the time you feel the warmth completely, you've been loved longer than you'd have charted. Quiet proof is how the real love shows itself. Quiet proof arrives before the knowing. The ones who love you in the unremarked ways are the ones whose love keeps going and keeps going. I found the proof in all the small and daily, the cup, the window, and the measure measured giving of attention to the ordinary details that make the ordinary worth the living. Quiet proof is how the real love shows itself. Quiet proof arrives before the knowing. I carry all the quiet proof inside me and find it more than enough for the showing of what it means to have been loved completely in all the small and unannounced and true, and find the quiet proof more than the declaration, and more than any grand thing I once knew. There's a gold that comes with age on things, not the bright gold of the new and the beginning, but the particular warmth of the long-owned, the gold that comes from years of the continuing. You had it in the way you held your stories, the warmth of the well-worn and the familiar. And I would sit inside the old gold telling and find the old gold more than the peculiar. Bright gold of the new which fades too quickly into the ordinary after first encounter. Old gold stays and deepens with the handling and grows more valuable as the years mount there. I've grown some old gold of my own now, in the stories and the objects and the knowing, and find the old gold richer than the new gold, and worth considerably more in the showing. I've grown some old gold of my own now, in the stories and the objects and the knowing. The warmth of the well-worn is its own treasure, and more than the new gold in the glowing. Of all the things a life accumulates, the old gold is the one worth the most keeping. The particular warmth of the long continued is what I want surrounding me in sleeping. is not a word I used to trust. It sounded like the settling and the lesser, and I had been the more and further always, the one who found the enough a disappointing dresser of wounds that needed more than just the enough, and life that needed more than just the given. And I pushed past the enough in every season into the more that I believed was hidden. But enough is not the settling I've learned. Enough is the arriving at the actual. The ones who live inside the enough truly are living in the most effectual. Life can give, which is considerable always, when you stop the measuring against the more and take the actual measure of the given and find it fuller than you'd found before. But enough is not the settling I've learned. Enough is the arriving at the actual. I live in enough now and find it generous beyond what all my more had been contractual to give me in the endless asking further and find the enough holds everything I need and more than I had thought the enough could carry, which is the whole surprise of the agreed. I found a resting place inside the loving, not a permanent stop, but a belonging. The kind of place you didn't know you'd needed until you felt the ease of the not longing for somewhere else while you were in the somewhere. The particular relief of the arrived, and I had been so long in the arriving that arriving felt like more than I'd contrived. Resting place is not the giving up of moving. Resting place is where you catch your breath between the going and the going further, the pause that makes the further less like death. I rested in you for the years we had it, and moved again when moving was required, and found the resting had restored enough everything the moving had desired. Resting place is not the giving up of moving. Resting place is where you catch your breath. I look for resting places in the living and find them in the people and beneath the ordinary roof of the particular. Tuesday and its coffee and its ease, and find the resting places in the chosen moment of the being where you please. I found my light eventually, which took considerably longer than the finding of other things I'd looked for and located with the easier and the less winding path of the straightforward and the obvious. But light is never where you think to look. It's never in the place you've prepared the looking, and never in the chapter of the book you've opened to the page you thought contained it. Found light is always in the unexpected, the corner and the ordinary morning, and all the places you had not directed. You're looking toward because they seemed unlikely, for the thing that you had been so seeking. And I found mine in what I'd overlooked in all the years of the more significant seeking. Found light is always in the unexpected, the corner and the ordinary morning. I look in all the overlooked now always, and find the light there without any warning, coming on inside the unremarkable that I had passed 100 times before, and find the found light in the long unlooked at is more than what I'd been looking for. For a season, not the dark and not the full illuminated, but the in-between of the partially revealed that left the rest to be anticipated. dissipated, and something in the half-light suited us, the not yet fully shown and not yet hidden. And we move through the half-light of each other into rooms that were neither shown nor forbidden. Half-light is where the mystery survives. Half-light is where the wonder keeps its living. The full light shows everything at once, and the half-light keeps the something for the giving. I've loved the half-light and its particular quality of the not yet and the almost, and found that what the half-light kept in shadow was not the withheld but the generous host of something worth the gradual revealing. The person behind the shown, and all the half-light seasons of the knowing were how I came to love what I have known. Half-light is where the mystery survives. Half-light is where the wonder keeps its living. I live in half-light still, and find it fuller than the full light, and its total giving. Best days don't look like the best days should, according to the version I'd imagined. They're quieter and smaller and more ordinary than anything the earlier self had rationed. Out as the best day in its hopeful planning, a Tuesday with the light a certain way, or coffee that was better than expected, or an hour that stretched beyond its given say. Best days are the ones that aren't performing. Best days are the ones that just arrive, without the pressure of the best day asking, and find you simply glad to be alive. I've had my share of the performed occasions that asked to be the best and tried too hard, and found them less than all the unremarked Tuesdays that asked for nothing and yet raised the bar. Best days are that aren't performing. Best days are the ones that just arrive. I count my best days now in the ordinary, and find I have more best days and more live inside the Tuesday, and it's unremarkable than in all the marked occasions I had planned, and find the best days are the ones I'm present, for without the best day close at hand. I'm playing the long game now, which suits me better than the short game ever managed. The long game asks for patience and for trusting the process, even when the process is damaged. Looking at the short game of the moment, we play the long game for the shape of things, not the single day, but the accumulation of all the days and what the adding brings. Long game is the love worth playing for. Long game is the life worth building toward. The ones who play the long game past the easy are the ones who find the long game its own reward. I used to want the quick return on everything, the immediate and the confirmatory, and learn through all the quick returns that didn't, that the long game has the better story. Long game is the love worth playing for. Long game is the life worth building toward. I play the long game now in everything worth playing, and find the long game gives the full accord of what a life can be when you commit to the building of the thing across the years, and find the long game more than compensating for all the short game's quick returns and fears. There's a grace that comes in morning before asking when the day has not yet put its hand out, and everything is still the possible before the actual has sorted out what will be required and what won't be given. And I have learned to live inside that grace before the morning hardens into schedule, and find the grace inside the opening space. Morning grace is not the sentimental. Morning grace is practical and real. The undemanded hour before the asking is where you find the self below the deal. Of all the daily commerce of the living that asks for you before you found yourself, and I have made a practice of the morning before the day has taken from the shelf of what I have to give and started giving. Morning grace is where I find what's mine and go into the asking of the daily with something still my own beneath the line. Morning grace is not the sentimental. Morning grace is practical and real. I keep the morning for the grace of finding what I am before the day's next deal. We found more common ground than I expected between two people starting from such different positions on the things that seem to matter. And I had thought the different more significant than it turned out to be inside the living of the actual life and not the theory. And common ground appeared in the most basic of what two people need to make things clearly. Common ground is under all the different. Common ground is where the roots connect. The ones who dig past what divides to find it are the ones whose loving has the most effect. We argued about the things that weren't the bedrock and agreed about the things that actually were, and found the common ground was where we lived while the differences were just the furniture. Common ground is under all the different. Common ground is where the roots connect. I look for common ground in everyone now, before the different gets the full effect of seeming more than what it is in living, and find the common ground more often than the different would suggest is possible, which gives me more than faith in the human plan. What lasts is never what you think will last. The things you build with care to be the lasting are often the first things to go when going, and what you thought was temporary's outlasting. Everything you plan to be the permanent, which is the great reversal of the building that plans for permanence and gets the passing, while the passing turns to permanent in gilding. What lasts is in the unintentional. What lasts is in the unremarked and simple. The laugh remembered and the particular warmth of someone's hand, and all its small examples of what the lasting is made of in the living. Not the monument and not the set, but the unremarked and ordinary given that outlasts every structure and instead becomes the actual legacy of loving. The what lasts when everything has gone. And I have found the what lasts in the simple, and build my lasting now from that alone. What lasts is in the unintentional. What lasts is in the unremarked and simple. I put my effort into the unremarked and trust the lasting to its own example.